Bipolar disorder. We all have heard of it, but what is it? A type of battery? A new cryptocurrency? No, it's a mental illness. One that affects approximately 2.8% of US adults every year, according to the National Institution of Mental Health. And yet, despite it being such a well-documented medical condition, most people seem to understand it as well as they understand how the Wi-Fi works. Which to say, is not at all. People think bipolar disorder just means having mood swings, as if that's some rare phenomenon. But if mood swings made you bipolar, then every toddler on the planet would qualify for a diagnosis. And as far as I know, psychiatrists are not prescribing mood stabilizers to babies. But maybe they should. Babies are completely unhinged. That. So today, I am going to explain what bipolar disorder is, why it makes life mildly to extremely inconvenient, and how we as a society can do better than just using it as a personality trait for a bad Netflix drama. Now I know what you're asking. What the f*** is bipolar disorder? Well, bipolar disorder is a condition where your brain can't seem to decide if it wants to be the life of the party or a Victorian child recovering from consumption. It's made up of two main phases, mania and depression, which are basically like having your life controlled by two wildly different directors who refuse to communicate to each other. Kinda sad. Mania is when your brain says, sleep, never heard of it. You have big ideas. You are unstoppable. You might decide to start a business, rearrange your entire house at 3 a.m., or finally text back that person that ghosted you 6 months ago. Because now you have something important to say. It's confidence. It's chaos. It's buying a skateboard despite having no history of skateboarding. And then there's depression. Depression is the exact opposite. You go from feeling like the chosen one to becoming one with your bed sheets. Suddenly, your hobbies? Stupid. Your personality? Non-existent. That show you watched 47 times? Too much effort. Even basic human tasks like answering a text or drinking water feel like advanced level side quests you cannot complete. There are different types of bipolar disorder, because of course there are. Bipolar 1 includes full manic episodes, the kind where you might wake up in a new city with a very ambitious business plan. Bipolar 2 has hypomania, which is like mania, but on a budget. Still chaotic, but with extra depression. And then there's cyclothymia, which is where your brain is just sort of vibes unpredictably between moods like DJing at a really bad party. Now why is it so damn difficult? Living with bipolar disorder is like playing life on expert mode, except the controls are broken and the tutorial is written in a whole different language. Let's start with the unpredictability. Imagine trying to schedule your life, but your brain is just rolling the dice around to decide whether you'll be hyperproductive or unable to move. There is no way to plan. It's like trying to pack for a trip where you might go skiing or to the beach, but you don't know until you get there. Then, there's the medication. Treatment exists, which is good, but finding the right meds, it's a choose-your-own-adventure game where every option has a side effect. Some make you gain weight, some make you sleepy, some make you so numb inside that not even a dog on a skateboard will bring you joy. And having to just keep testing them until it works can be quite exhausting. And of course, we have stigma. If you tell someone you have bipolar disorder, there's a good chance they'll react like you tell them that you just collect human bones. People either think you're just being dramatic or that you're about to commit a crime, which is ironic because according to the research from American Journal of Psychiatry, people with bipolar disorder are more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. So really, if anything, you should be scared of us, but in like a caring and supportive way. How can we, as a society, do better? Step 1. Stop using bipolar to describe minor inconveniences. Your ex who couldn't decide where to eat. Not bipolar. The weather. Not bipolar. My ability to make good decisions. Okay, maybe a little. Step 2. Support people who actually have bipolar disorder. If someone you know is struggling, don't say things like, just think positive, or have you tried yoga? That's like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. Instead, encourage them to get professional help, and maybe just be normal about it. No need to treat them like an emotional landmine. And step 3, media, do better. If one more show portrays bipolar disorder as evil villain energy, I'm personally throwing hands. There are actually some good portrayals out there. BoJack Horseman did a decent job. But we still have a long way to go. Maybe one day we'll get a show where the bipolar character is just a person instead of a walking, talking plot twist. So, in summary, bipolar disorder is real. It's complicated, and it's not just mood swings. It's an actual medical condition that makes life very interesting in a way that is not always appreciated. But with the right treatment, support, and maybe little stigma, people with bipolar disorder can absolutely thrive. If you or someone you know is struggling, check out resources like the National Alliance of Mental Illness, also known as NAMI, or the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, known as DUPSA. And as always, if you learned something today, congratulations! You now officially know more about bipolar disorder than half of Twitter. Thank you for watching. Can I go home now? I'm ready.